Okay, I'm trying this again. I wasn't seeing anybody out there, so if you're there, please let me know you're out there. Um, I'm going to add the comments. I might have to, I'm wondering if I might need to shut this thing down and then turn it back on. So um, please make sure if you're there that you say hi or leave me a comment so that I can see what's going on. I still don't see myself on my other page either. Load comments. Well, this is nice, like leaving 10 minutes after 7. All right, you're out there. I don't know, can you see me, Amy? Okay, thank you everyone. I'm not sure, I guess I was having technical difficulties. Ooh, it's the party, you never know. All right, people are coming on. I thought, oh my gosh. Okay. Hi, Denise. Hi, Chris. Thank you. I don't know what happened. I had to shut everything down and start it over again. So I'm telling you, it's the party. You know, when I said I put that little thing out there, the show starts, and I really meant the shows. So welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome. For those of you that don't live in Florida, it's hot as blazes again, as usual. What do we say? It's hot. And I had the people come out and clean the ducts, the air conditioning ducts, and they had turned the air conditioner off, and that was at 9:30 this morning. I thought I was going to die. It was so hot in the house. But anyways, Riley and I survived. My husband's down in Lakeland with our RV getting some work done to it. So I have the house all to myself. I'm so excited. He'll be back tomorrow morning. I know that sounds ugly, but it's nice. Anyways, thank you, everyone. Hi, Mary. And I apologize for the delay. I usually try to get on about 1 minute till 7 because I don't want to have the recording. And then when you go back and watch it, you got to, bypass all the chit chat and all the other mess. But, oh, well, I guess we're doing it anyway. So welcome. I have some cute cards that I want to show you all. And I did draw, as everybody's popping on and leaving their comments, I did draw names from last week through our Facebook comment picker, and that person will get one of each card from last week. Let me get it in here so you can see it. That one and this one. And it was Denise Baldenoche, my buddy who left me and moved away to down St. Pete's. I think, aren't you in St. Pete's? I think she's down in that neck of the woods. Oh, somebody else from Florida. Hi, from Beverly Hills. Dana. I'm in the Villages, and we've got another lady on here that's in Bradenton, and I think Denise is in St. Pete, if I'm not mistaken. So anyways, Denise, I'll get your cards out to you in the next day or so. Last week I was talking to you all, and then we'll get started because I know we're running late because of my technical issues as usual. Last week I was telling you all I got to review this coloring book, and a couple of you all had asked me to show it. So I'm going to show you this coloring book, and I'll chit chat for just a minute until we get some others coming on, and then we'll get started making the cards. But one of the ladies, she did the next door thing, and so she's an author, and she'd asked if if somebody would be interested in reviewing her coloring book, which is for children. And so I got one. I was one of the ones that was chosen, which is kind of cool. So I got a copy of and I'm going to flip the camera so you can see it. I got a copy of the coloring book, and I absolutely, oh Lord, hang on a minute. There we go. Here's the coloring book. Isn't that cute? And I'm going to show you the insides. Now, she wrote this supposedly for kids. Well, I think it should be for adults too. But if you're interested, there are other books out there that have the name Sea Life, but it has a different front. But her synonym, or whatever you want to call it, she goes by JBN Bookie Press. So in case you're interested. But look at these pictures. I am going to, look at this. They're all on one page, right? So they're not on the back. So we can color with our watercolor pencils and our blenders. So I'm excited about that. So a lot of them are going this way. Isn't this fun looking? So I wrote back and said I thought this would be for everybody, for adults and children. And anyway, so I thought I would share that with you all. It's got some really cute drawings. I think if I can color this one and I can do a pretty good job, I'm going to try to frame it. We'll see. If I do that, I'll let y'all know. But there's an octopus, and she's got all sorts of cute little things in here. Different fishes and Oh, I didn't see the whale. There's the whale. So I thought this is, you know, really would be an adult coloring book too. But I mean, I know they got the big eyes and they look kind of childish, but I don't care. And that's an octopus, I guess, hiding in it. I've never seen him like that. I guess he's curled up. Anyways, I thought this was really neat. So this is the coloring book that I got for writing a review. So I thought that was kind of cool. So I'm going to start coloring when I have some time. Who knows when? Oh, Dana, you've been a demo for 6 years. Congratulations. I've been doing this, let me think. I joined in 2011. So what does that make me? 9 years, I guess. So, ooh, coming up on my 10-year mark. So, but I love it. And it's great therapy, especially now with things that are going on in the world. Sorry for my hand. You know, we need to have all the help that we can get in the therapeutic aspect of stamping and coloring, and sharing this with other people is a big part, I think, to help people that are locked in their home. So if you know somebody that, you know, is lonely, or a widow or a widower, and they need, you know, we send cards because everybody loves to get Happy Mail, right? Oh, hello from Michigan. Oh, you're also a demo. Oh, I know. Isn't that coloring book cute? So, all right. Well, now that everybody's coming on, thank you everyone for joining me this Tuesday evening. And as always, when you join me, Dawn Duval, and Shall We Stamp, it can be a comedy hour. So I'm just letting you know that I am myself, and I make mistakes, and I'm not perfect, and I'm not even, you know, I just laugh. You have to laugh at yourself. And just like tonight, I was ready at 10 to 7, but my computer and the cell phone and the iPad apparently didn't want to work together. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started. I got some really cute cards that we're going to make. So I'm going to flip the camera down. All right, so we're going to use the Way to Goat. I love this stamp. I think we made one before. So we're going to use this. And then this is the card that we're going to make. Do you not love this? And let me tell you, this is that Mary Merlot. I never used the Mary Merlot, and I looked at it and I thought, you know, I need to start using it. So after we color, then you open them up. You all have probably seen this. There's your part that you write your message on, and then this stands up. Look at that. Isn't that just clever? So that's what we're going to make this evening. So I will go through and give you the dimensions, and then the next card is going to be it's a fun fold gift card, and it's really cute as well. So that will be good. I did it for a holiday, but you can make it for birthdays. Really, you can make it for a wedding. You can make it for anything. So all right, so we're going to get started on making this this cute little goat here. So let me pull out my packet of stuff, and I'll give you the dimensions. Now I did use, let me pull out my stuff. We are going to use the blend, so we get to color again. And I'm gonna lay him right there. Hopefully y'all can still see him. All right, we're going to use a piece of Mary Merlot, which is 5 1/4 by, I'm sorry, 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. Yep, yeah, 4 1/4. Had to stop and think for a minute there. And then we've got 2 1-inch strips of just jade. And I ran 1 inch by 4. And I ran these through these cute embossing folders, the greenery embossing folder. You get 2 of them. And I didn't realize that when I got this. I don't know what I was thinking. But one of them is the leaves that we're doing, and then you've got this one. So, and then for those of you that are not demonstrators, our embossing for our new stamp emboss cut machine, or Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, is available September 1st for you all to purchase. And I tell you what, I am loving mine. I'm absolutely loving it. I have 2 big shots, so I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do about that. But anyways, so these are 1 by 4, and actually one of these looks a little bit longer than the other. So let me just check this real quick, and I'm going to slice this little boy down. I'm not quite sure. They should be by 4 inches. Or 4 1/4, let's see. Let me just check this real quick, and yeah, it's I've got this at 4 inches, and it is at, yeah, this is, well, it's a little bit over 1 inch, but I think it'll be fine. We can trim it down if we want. Yeah, let's trim it. That way they kind of look even. So I'm just going to close the trimmer. Make sure it stays right there. And let's just go ahead and trim that down just a tad. It was off just a smudge. All right, so we have 2 of those, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to attach those to each end of our, this is our card base actually, this Mary Merlot. So I'm going to adhere this, let me get it straight here, and I'm going to put my leaves like, I don't know, I guess it doesn't matter. I'm going to put them like that. And we're going to leave a little bit of a border around each one, okay? And then, let's do that first. Let's go ahead and put these down. I'm going to use my wonderful liquid glue. So we'll go ahead and add some of that on here, which is probably better when you're using the embossing pieces. It usually, or your Stampin' Seal would be fine. And I actually I'm starting to like it now. I was telling everybody last week the first one I got was not working correctly, and it was not making me a happy camper. So. And I started using this white liquid glue a couple of months ago, and I don't like it on my fingers, but I do like using it. So, but I am liking. I'm becoming more and more of a fan. So, all right. So we've got our green Just Jade on here. Now the next piece that you need, and I'm using Purple Posy, and this is 3 1/4 by 8 inches. And let me bring my scoring tool in, because we're going to score this. I write on the back of my cardstock, so, and we'll erase it. No one's going to see it though. So you're going to score this at 4 and 6, okay? So we're going to put this in and score at 6 inches. Let me get to my 6-inch mark. So we're going to score there, and then we'll pull that down and score at the 4-inch. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make this into a like a Z fold, if you will, because it's going to allow us to bend it and fold it, and I'll erase my mark. So we'll fold this down, and we'll use our bone folder, and we'll do like that, and then we're going to come back like this, and it's going to go like that. So let me erase this oh, hang on a minute. Let me go get my other eraser. Well, you know what? We're not going to see that anyways. That'll be fine. I've got a really good eraser on my other table. So actually what I'll do, no, we'll leave them like that. It'll be covered up. Okay, so what will happen is this, I've got it folded backwards actually, so let's do it like that. It's going to lay like, look at that. All right, I had it right to begin with. Okay, so it's going to lay like this. So you're going to go right between those 2 pieces, and we'll glue that down. But actually, I'm going to trim this because I've got my pieces at 1 inch, and I think they should have been 3/4 of an inch. Because if you look at this one, they're a little bit smaller. So just for this video, I'm going to take this down about I don't know, 1/8 of an inch or 1/4. Let's see. So let me just trim this down real quick. And but it is just write down 3. What did I say? 3 1/2 by 8 inches. Okay. So I'm just going to take probably 1/8 off, and let's see if that works. That way it gives us that little border around. So we'll just cut that off. No one's going to know the difference. We'll put that up there. Okay, and that's going to go just like, yeah, we'll get that in there. Let me do a little bit more. So it's probably about 1/4. So I'm off. My, I think those Just Jades should be 3/4 of an inch by 4. So just to let you know that. Instead of 1 inch, make them 3/4. And then that way you won't be doing what I'm doing by trimming down your cardstock. So which means my other pieces are going to be off, but that's all right. We'll figure it out. We'll make it work. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so this is going to get adhered right here, right? So we're going to go ahead, and we're not going to attach that yet because I'm going to go ahead and color our goat. So we're going to stamp him. Now we're going to take another piece of Mary Merlot. Let me see. Oh, it'll still work because we're still going to have a border, so that's fine. We just won't have as much as we did on the other one. Okay, so this piece of Mary Merlot is a 3 by 3 square, and that's going to go on here. And then we'll have a piece of white that we're going to do the goat on, which is going to be, so he should be 2 3/4, right? So this is, well, I've got it at 2 1/2. Hang on a second. Yeah, I got it at 2 1/2. Why did I do that? Wait, that's too small. Oh, wait, my green. That's right. Sorry. Just Jade. Just Jade is 2 3/4 square. So he's going to go on top of the Mary Merlot. And then we'll come in with our Whisper White, which is 2.5 by 2.5, okay? So those will all layer on top. So after we color, I'll get them all layered, and then we'll attach it right on here, and that's going to cover up my paper markings, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and stamp our goat, and let me bring him in. And then I have another little piece that we're going to put on the inside of this, which is 3.25 by 2.25. And actually, and this one's a little bit, it's okay, it goes side to side, but that's going to be 3.25 by 2.25. So that's the piece that you'll need for the inside to write your message. And then you'll just need a scrap, and we're going to cut out the sentiment, which I've already done. Okay? All right, so let's pull in. I'm going to move this off to the side for just a minute. Let's pull in our Memento Black, and we put some paper right here. And let's go ahead and stamp our goat. Now I'm using just Jade. I'm using the dark purple Posy, and then I'm using Smoky Slate to color the goat. All right. So let's go ahead and stamp him on here, or her. I don't know if this, I guess it's a guy because he's holding a flower in his mouth. So I'm going to get, his feet are going to be off just a little bit, which will be fine. And then we'll just push this down, let it sit for a minute. I just love this little stamp set. I just think it's so cute. All right, so this one is, I got him down a little bit lower than the other one, but that's fine. It's no big deal. No biggie. All right, so we're just going to bring our colors in, and I'm going to start with the dark, and I'm just going to come around where the artist, like around the eye, and I'm just going to do these little marks right here where the artist has got these little things. I'm just going to put some little, little swishes for the goat right there. Now I am going to make his legs. I'm going to make his legs. I looked at pictures of goats. I call it a billy goat. I don't know if it's a billy goat, but that's what, except for the billy goats didn't have those horns. So I'm not sure what kind of goat this is. But anyways, they were showing that the one I looked at was gray, but he had black legs. And he had some white in him. So I thought, well, I'm just going to do the same thing. So I'm just going to color his legs the darker color, kind of make him look like he's dark. And then we'll bring this one in and just do that one just a little bit. And then we'll come back. Okay, now I'm going to color the rest of him in the light smoky slate. And I'm going to use the fine, let's see, we can probably get by with using the big one. So we're going to go with the bigger tip. And I'm just going to try to leave a little bit. I'm just going to do some little swishes, if you will. And I'm going to try to leave some white around just to show that, he's got some white peeking through. So I'm just going to do, and I'm going to leave this part up there white. I think I used the chalk marker on that one, but I didn't bring it over here. So we'll just go with this. And I'm just going to kind of make the little swishy lines. And, like I tell everybody, I am not the expert when it comes to coloring, but just do what you want to do, whatever you enjoy, however you want to color. Some people are really good at this. I mean, I know how to color, but as far as adding shading and all that stuff, I'm not the greatest, but that's okay. My stuff works. And then I'm just going to come over here and do a little bit around. I'm just going to try to draw a line around and get his little tail feathers. And get this in there, and then just bring some of this down. And then we'll kind of leave a little bit of white so it looks like he's like that. And we'll do a little bit on the tail. Leave a little white showing throughout, like on his little hair right there. We'll just leave some little tips there. Now, I did not bring his... I colored those in crumb cake. I didn't bring that with me. I'm not going to get up and get them because I don't want to hold y'all up. So, and then I used the dark purple Posy for the flower because I wanted it dark so it would kind of go with the colors here. So I did the dark one just to give it some color. Oh shoot, I got to get up anyways because I forgot to bring my pool party. So I'll be back in just a second. Let me grab a pool party Stampin' Blend. Pool party. I'm back. Good thing I didn't have far to go. All right, so we're going to now do the, I'm just going to do a light for the sky, and I'm just going to color it. I think I used balmy blue actually, but that's all right. We're just going to go with this. This looks more green now. Should have done the sky in blue, but that's okay. All right, and I brought my crumb cake over, so let's color his horns. And we'll get those. I did the, whoopsie. I tell you, the older you get, the harder it is to open these blends. I'm telling you. I'm just going to color these with the, which one is this? The light. This is the light crumb cake. So we'll just color his horns a little bit of brown. All right, and then we're going to come back in with the Just Jade, and this is the darker one. And we'll just do just a little bit of coloring just to show that he's in the grass. His legs are high in the weeds. That's why you don't see his hooves. All right, so we'll just kind of get that there. All right, it kind of gives the idea. All right, so there's our goat. Let's move all this out of the way and put those over here. All right, so now we're just going to attach him to the Just Jade piece of cardstock, the square there, and then we will we'll attach that to the Mary Merlot. So we'll go ahead and put that one on here, and you just want to have that little bit of a a border. So I think that's good. All right, anytime you're sitting down and you can't put your head right over it, it makes it a little bit more difficult, but that's okay. We make it work. So don't y'all love, I just love all these fun stamps. I know some people like the serious stuff. I like the fun stuff. Okay, and then we're just going to attach him right here. This is a really easy card. Doesn't take hardly any time. And I'm thinking this would be a good design you could also use for the holidays as well, Okay, so now we're going to attach him to here. Now what we want to do is I'm going to place him right down there, and I'm going to cover up my pencil marks because I didn't erase it, and then all I'm going to do is add adhesive to the bottom half of the card. So I'm going to put my finger right there. I'm going to use my seal, so I know I can't go past about half of that. So I'll go ahead and put some Stampin' Seal, oops, got that on my finger, on here. And we'll just put one there, and I think I can probably get by with just a little there. I think that'll work. All right, so let's lay that there. Okay, so we're going to attach him. Yeah, we've got plenty. I could go up to more too if I wanted to. All right, so we're just going to attach him on here, and we've got our little border around. I think I got my goat on there crooked actually, but that's all right. I always look at it as a handmade card, and whoever receives this is just going to be so appreciative that somebody took the time to make them a card. Right? Okay, so now we're going to lay this down. So we're going to put adhesive on the back, and I'm going to go ahead and use this seal, the Stampin' Seal, because with us opening it and everything, we just want to make sure it stays on there. So we'll just go ahead and put some seal on here. And I found, for those of you that have used, I found that once you get it going, if you touch a piece that's already got adhesive on it, it tends to grab it, so it does pull it out, makes it a lot easier. All right, so we're just going to lay this down right here and get that right in the center. And let's see, I'm going to butt it up since my card was off a little bit. All right, and then there's that. So now all we've got to do is we're going to stamp. Now I use the Stitch So Sweetly dies, and I used this second one from the top, or from the middle, if you will. This is the one that I used for our sentiment. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp You're the Goat, greatest of all time, and we're going to stamp that in. I know I brought my green over here. Oh, you got to be joking me. All right, I'm getting up again. Back in a flash. For somebody who thought they were prepared, apparently I wasn't very prepared, huh? Okay, so we're going to stamp this on there, and then we're going to pop this up on dimensionals. So let me go ahead and put some ink on that little dude. Get some on there. And I think we've got enough, and then I'm just going to stamp that on there, and hopefully it's going to go straight. Yep, perfect. All right, and then we will put some dimensionals on the back of this. I'm going to put 3 since it's a little bit long, and I don't want it. I did put 2, but the middle looked like it was sagging, so we're going to put 3 on here. All right, and let's go ahead and attach our piece of Whisper White. This is what you'll use for the writing your sentiment. So we'll go ahead and put this in. And again, this is 3 1/4 by 2 1/4. Doesn't give you much space to write a message, but that's okay. You don't need to write a whole lot, right? It's the thought that counts. So we're going to put him right about there. All right, and then we're going to pop these guys off. And we're going to lay that down towards the bottom. Oh, we got people from Tennessee. We got people from all over the place this evening. Welcome to those that have joined us. I'm so busy creating and making, you know, boo-boos here. So I am going to lay this down right towards the edge. I'm just going to leave a little bit, you know, of a gap so that we can see. And then there is our card. So once they open it, then it will lay down. Well, I've got it opened up so much here. We'll lay it down and then it stays right like that. So what do you think? Isn't that such a cute card? And it makes such a nice, I think it makes nice, especially if it's a birthday. Somebody could set this, if they're working, could set this up on their desk. So isn't that cute? Very quick and easy to make if you cut things the right way. So there's the one that's for the goat. From the You're the Greatest of the Greatest. And it is, where's my stamp set? It is Way to Goat is the name of the stamp set. So there you go. That's our first card. I hope you enjoyed that one. I think this would be great for someone that's working and you give them a birthday card and they can set that on their desk. Isn't that nice? So, all right, let's move on to the next card. And I hope I think I'm pretty confident I have all the stuff for that one. It's pretty sad because my girlfriend asked me earlier, are y'all ready? I said, yeah, I've got it ready. I had it ready this afternoon. Apparently I wasn't too ready, huh? Okay, so the next one that we're going to make is a really cute, it's a fun fold with a gift card, and this one I copied or cased it from, which is copy and share everything. Let me put my stamp over here. I copied it from Rhonda Wade, and she's very clever about coming up with unique things where you can use up your designer paper and stuff. So this is the card that we're going to be making. And this again is just a thick piece of Whisper White that's 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. And then we're going to use designer series paper, and then you're going to fold it. You're going to make a pocket, and then for your money or a gift card or whatever, and then you can write your message right there. All right, so with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get started. And then the stamp, the Christmas one, the Merry Christmas, is coming from the Perfectly Plaid, which did follow carryover from last year. Okay? All right, and let me give you the dimensions. Let me get my circle. Let me see. I've got a circle punch. Let me see which size I've got. This one's retired. This one's probably going to be a little bit. Let me go get my smaller circle punch. That one's going to be too big. Okay. All right, so the dimensions on this one, the thick Whisper White is 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. And then I'm using a piece of real red on, I'm sorry, on the one that I'm going to be making, I'm using green, but this is real red. I'm going to use green. And I ran the emboss, the real red, or the garden green, which we're going to be doing, in the Dainty Diamonds. I love this folder. I've started using this, and I just ordered a couple of the trees and the snowflakes and all that. So anyways, so this is the folder that I ran it through, but we're going to be doing a different colored designer paper, and we're going to use garden green instead of the real red. All right, and this paper is from the Hugs Warming, Heartfelt Warming. Oh, what is it? It's the, shoot, you think I would have wrote the name down. It's the, is it Heartfelt Warming Hugs or something is the designer series paper. And it's on the other side, so I'm not going to get up again. Anyway, so that's what we're using. Okay, so the garden green is 4 by 5 1/4. So we'll attach it like that. And then our designer paper, this is cut at 4 1/4 by 9 3/4. And then we need to score this one. So we're going to score it. Let me get my scoring. And we're going to score this at, get my scoring blade up there. We're going to score this at 3 1/4 by 6 1/2. So we're going to do, let me open up my arm here. We're going to do 6 1/2. So we'll bring this one over here to 6 1/2 right there. So we're going to score 6 1/2. And then we're going to bring it down and score it at 3 1/4. So we'll bring it down to 3 1/4. And this is going to be something similar to what we just did. We're going to fold it. So that's 3 1/4. Okay, so let's move this out of the way. And that's all we've got to do for that. Okay. All right, so we're going to fold these. And I think I want my plaid on the outside and leave the polka dots on the inside. So let me fold this so I can get it folded in. And then we'll fold that one. So you want the longer side to go on the outside. Okay, so that's how the card is going to open. Well, actually, it's going to be like this because this is going to be adhered. So if you look at, we're going to fold this piece flap over and adhere it, and then we'll cut our hole into it, okay? So we're going to go ahead and, let me go ahead and cut, because this is going to be the piece that we're going to fold over. And I am going to cut, I'm using the 1 1/2 circle punch. So I'm just going to go ahead and just pull that in here, just about halfway or so, however much. You just want to give them enough thumb, space that they can get the card, or you can put money or whatever, okay? So what we're going to do then is I'm going to take my Stampin' Seal, and I'm going to put a little piece, and then we'll put this together. I'm going to put a little piece right here, because we want this part to close, right? And then, I'm sorry, we want this side to close. Did I just do this wrong? Well, we'll just flip it over. Let's see. I think I did it backwards. No, I didn't. I had it right. That's right. But how come I don't have my card? Hang on a second. What have I done? Yeah, this is my little Flappy Dooey. So this one folds in. Folds like that. Yeah, that's right. And then it's going to fold shut like that. Okay, I had to talk myself through it. All right, so we're going to put some adhesive on the edge here. No, I'm sorry, on the edge here, and then we're going to put some right down here in the center because we want the bottom part to close, okay? So I'm going to turn it upside down. So I'm going to put in the center, I'm just going to put a little strip right here. And then I want this to close. So I'm going to put I'm going to put it on here. I'm just going to put a little bit on this end piece right here, okay? So we're going to fold that over. All right, and there we go. So that's our pocket for our gift card. All right, so let's go ahead and let's attach our garden green cardstock. Thank you for taking time from your Tuesday evening to watch me, and my apologies for being a tad unorganized. I tell you, from one week to the other, some weeks I do good, and then there's other weeks it's like, okay, she's losing her mind again. But it's all good. All right, so we've got that there. And then what we'll do is we're going to adhere that onto here, right? And then we're going to decorate the front. So I'm going to, since we have this piece right here, we're going to put this on the inside so you can write your message. And this piece of Whisper White is 2 3/4 by 4 1/8. So it's 2 3/4 by 4 1/8. And I'm going to stamp this first. So I'm going to do the same stamp. I'm going to use the delivered from the North Pole. So we're going to do that, and we'll stamp that in garden green. So we'll try to keep everything kind of color coordinating. So we're going to stamp that. Now this might slightly come off the page a little bit because of the little curly Q things, but that's fine. So I'm just going to stamp that at the top. We'll get that right on there. Okie doke. And then we're going to, let me go ahead while I got my ink out, go ahead and stamp the Merry Christmas. And I've got a scrap paper, and we're going to use the punch in just a minute. But let me go ahead and stamp this now, and that way I can put my ink away and I don't get it all in my face or on my hands. All right, so we're going to stamp that in, in the garden green. All right, so let's move this out of the way, and let's put that stamp over there and set this aside for a minute. All right, so let's go ahead and attach, let's go ahead and attach our inside piece. So we'll do that. And so do y'all like the new Stampin' Seal? I do like it. And who's got the, are y'all that are not demonstrators, are y'all not looking forward to getting the new die cutting machine? Oh my goodness. It's so wonderful. It makes it so much easier. And I'm really looking forward to getting the small one, because that would be good for traveling. All right, now before I attach this to the front, we're going to decorate. So what I've done is I cut, in the catalog, we have a paper that is this red, and we have it in a real shiny green, which is what I used right here. And I think there's, I want to say there's 2 of each sheets, and it's, let me see if it's got a name to it. Hang on a minute. I've got it right here in front of me. I think I kept the back side of it. Nope, I didn't. Anyways, it's the green and red that they have in the winter catalog, or the August through December catalog. So this is the green, which I thought was really, really pretty, but it wouldn't go on with that. So we're going to use the red. Now this piece is going to be cut at 1 3/4 by 4 1/2, and I need to trim this down. So let me get my paper trimmer out. So it's 1 3/4. So let's see if we're at the 1 3/4. I'm pretty sure we are. Yeah. And then this is going to be at 4. Did I say 4 1/2? So let's go 4 1/2. So I just got to trim just a little bit off. So we'll trim. Let me move that. We'll trim just a tad off. Okay. Move that out of the way. All right. And then we're going to take a piece of the same designer paper. When you cut this designer paper, you'll have a piece that's enough left over that you can cut it. So since this is the outside, I'm going to flip this over and use that as the reverse. And I'm going to attach that piece right on there. And this is going to be 1 1/2 by 4 1/4. Okay. So this is 1 1/2 by 4 1/4. So we'll go ahead and attach that on here. And then we're going to use the Jingle Bells that they came out with. We had those a couple years ago, and I actually had some left over. So that worked out pretty well. So we're going to use some Jingle Bells to decorate the front. So we're going to put this on here. Get my finger out. All right, and then this we're going to set right on here. Oh, that is a little bit longer, isn't it? I got to trim that little guy down. All right, so we're going to lay that right there. And I will trim that later. So I'm going to put that right there for now. Okay, now, the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to, let me go ahead and attach this down, and then I'll trim this. Hang on a second. This, I might be able to pull this up. Hang on, I've got the measurements on this wrong. This is not, this has got to be 4 1/4. Hang on a minute. I can pull that paper up. Yeah, it's, I'm sorry, that's got to be 4 1/4. So it's 4 1/4 by, the red is 4 1/4 by 1 3/4. So let me pull this up. I'm just going to trim it off just a little bit, and I should be able to trim the paper as well. So we'll just pull that up just a smidge. It's one thing about that shiny paper. It'll allow us to do that. So I need this at 4 1/4. And then we'll, 4 1/4 will be right about there. So I'm going to pull my paper up, and then I'm going to cut my paper back down. So see, there's always something, there we go. Let me get my blade out of the way. All right, so let's cut that down, and then I can trim my other paper with my snip. So give me just a second. I'm just going to eyeball that, and we'll trim that down. There we go. All right. Okay. All right, so we're going to attach that on here. And I'll go ahead and use the Stampin' Seal for this as well. And we'll just, all right, come on, buddy. You've been doing good. There we go. Just needs a little love. And you don't have to push really hard on this snail. And the other thing is it's really quiet. It is like really, really quiet. And I'm just going to set this right in the center, somewhat center. Okay. All right, and then we're going to attach that to here. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll just go ahead and get everything attached now. And then we'll put our Jingle Bell and our sentiment on the front. So let's go ahead and add this here. Make sure, if you all haven't already, if you will share my video with your friends and other crafty friends, I'd greatly appreciate it. It helps me to reach out and find new customers. and it puts you in the drawing to get these cards. So you'll get one of each of these cards if your name is drawn. I'll mail them to you. Okay, so there's our card. Now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to use, let me get this, and where's my jingle bells? All right, here's my jingle bells, and then I'm using a piece of the gold rope. So I'm going to take a jingle bell out, and I think on this one, I'm going to do red. We could do gold. What do you think? Gold? I don't want to do green. Let's see what red looks like. Let's do, I got glue on me. Let's do red. I don't know, gold might, let's do gold. I think gold would be cute. Let's try that. Why not? Okay, so all I did was I just threaded this through the jingle bell and tied a knot and made a loop. So I'm just going to tie that really quick. I'm not going to pull it down tight, but I'm going to, and then I'll pull it up because I want to have it hanging. Because this is pretty thick, this gold rope. And we're just going to, let me tie a little knot, not too tight, and then I can adjust it and trim. So then let me pull this up because this is what, whoops. All right, hang on a minute. So we want to get this guy so it hangs down on the card with our jingle bell. And then we're going to add a piece of the red ribbon that's got some gold in it as well. Let me pull this thing through. Of course, having your fingernails doesn't help. There we go. Let me get my hands in it. Let me pull this down, and then I can start pulling it back up to tighten it. Okay. So we'll pull that down here, and then we can pull it up. Okay, open up. There we go. This just takes a minute. It's so thick, so it's really kind of a little bit difficult to work with, but I want to open it. There we go. We can pull it. There we go. Now we can get it down there. All right, that'll be good. And then I just pull it tight and hold it with my hand so it doesn't try to take it down anymore. Let me just pull this tight again. There we go. And I'll trim off these little tails because I don't want them little guys showing. So let's just cut them off. Just kind of a little shorter. All right. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make a ribbon, which is dumb. I probably should have tied this after, but anyways, that's all right. We're gonna do our ribbon like this. Let's see how well I can do this. This is from the now this is Poppy Parade, but I thought it was close enough for the red. This is from all the trimmings set. So we're gonna do a bow. Well, I'm not gonna be able to do my bow, so we'll figure this out. We'll use a glue dot. No big deal. All right, so we're going to make a bow, and then we're going to attach this to the top of the card. And this has a little bit of gold in it, so that will pull the bell out anyways. So hang on a second. So we'll just do that and flip him around. I have got to go get my nails cut. They are just getting way too long and looking like, well, you think that I'm all thumbs all of a sudden. I may have to go back and do my bunny ears. I never knew about those until one of my customers told me about bunny ears. So, but they're really easy to make, actually, for your bows. Okay, so I'm just going to pull my loops down. Get them a little shorter than you want them because when you pull it tight, then they do grow. So we'll trim that right there, and then I'm going to trim this right about there. Okay. Now, I probably should not have tied this. Let's see if we can. I'm not going to go back and try to tie this again. So we're going to... I'm going to fudge this, and I'm going to use my glue dots. Okay, I am using the Story Label Punch, and we're going to punch out the Merry Christmas sentiment from the, what was that set? Perfectly Plaid stamp set. So we'll set that off to the side, and let's put some dimensionals on this. So we're going to pop this up. Oh, Denise is telling me that I should roll the end and not do the check mark because it makes the strip narrow. Yeah, you're right, because it was doing that. I noticed. Plus, it was getting on my fingers. Thank you for sharing that, Miss Denise. So, welcome, Pam. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and stick the sentiment on here. And we will be done here in just a minute. All right, so we're going to play, and you can place this wherever. I'm going to set this one a little bit more in the center. And then I'm going to take a glue dot, since I didn't I didn't put my little thing inside my ribbon. So I'm just going to take my bell, and I'm going to attach it with my glue dot. And I may go back afterwards and retie this, but for the video, I'm just going to stick it on here. But I'll go back and tie it. I would tie it around that, loop it around the bow. All right, so then we're going to take our mini glue dot. I'm going to roll it just a little bit because this is so small, if I can get it off my finger, and place that right there. And then we're just going to place this right over top of the rope that's holding the bell. And there you go. Isn't that cute? I think that's a really cute card. I think this would make a great birthday, make a nice birthday card where you can put money in here for the holidays. You could put a gift card, or you could put money. You could put a candy bar. You could put whatever you want, I guess. All right, so there are the 2 cards. Let me find my goat. Where's my goat? Oh, he's hiding under the ink pad. So here's the goat that we did. And then here is the gift card. I think these are just so cute. And they go right in a normal size envelope. So there you go. I hope you all enjoy this. And my apologies for getting up and running around like a crazy woman. But sometimes it happens and sometimes it doesn't. But we got it done. That's all that matters. I'm excited. So I hope you all enjoyed that. And please make sure that you share my video if you haven't already. I greatly appreciate it. And thank you for taking time from Tuesday night. I know that there are things that we probably have to do, but we need some time to get away and relax. So thank you for taking and sharing your time with me while I show you these cards. I hope you've enjoyed these. And if you have any questions or need anything, please reach out and let me know. If you don't have a demonstrator and are looking for one, I'd be more than happy to assist you if I can. And again, you can find me at shallwestamp.com. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to me by Facebook message or email or whatever. All right. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Thanks, Karen. I know crazy is fun, and I should probably call this the crazy hour. So, but thanks, everyone. I really appreciate it. And make sure you share so that I can put your name in the drawing, and you'll get each of these cards. I'll put them in the mail next week after we have our next Facebook Live. All right. Thanks again, everyone. Take care and have a nice evening. Bye now.